Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Sarah Lynch, and today we're going to be spending some time learning about Albert Bandura and his social cognitive theory. Most of our time today will be discussing the term self-efficacy. You may have heard of it. It's a very popular term. So let's get learning. So what is the social cognitive theory? Bandura was the first theorist to suggest that learning depends equally upon three crucial factors: on one's environment, their cognition ability, and the behavior of others. Before he developed the social learning theory, most philosophers emphasized that only one of the following, so either environment, one's cognitive abilities, or behavior, contributed to one's behavior. Bandura said that wasn't true. Bandura believed that one could not simply observe and mimic the behavior. From the observing stage to initiating behavior requires an extensive cognitive process. A person can develop self-efficacy through these cognitive processes and environmental and motivational factors. So what is self-efficacy? Self-efficacy is at the crux of the social cognitive theory. It's one's thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes towards oneself. Bandura believed that a person's self-efficacy can increase or even decrease based upon the outcomes of past experiences, whether the individual was successful or unsuccessful in completing a task. According to Bandura, a student's self-efficacy can form through four factors: one's accomplishment or defeat, observing other successes, comparing experiences, and the positive reaction to one's or other successes. Bandura believed that as humans we're proactive and self-regulating rather than reactive to situations. So now that we have a little bit better understanding of what self-efficacy is, and it's the belief in oneself and in one's abilities, how as educators can we impart self-efficacy to our students in the classroom? Here are a few suggestions. Task completion. When a student is able to complete a task accurately, it builds their self-efficacy. It builds their self-esteem. Peer modeling. Giving students the opportunity to teach and model for their other peers has a significant effect on their self-efficacy. Self-assessments. Having students determine how well they did or how well they didn't do on a task. Goals and feedback. This is a huge opportunity to build a student's self-efficacy. By teachers providing goals and feedback, they're able to help students understand what they did well, while also giving them feedback on what they could improve upon. This helps build self-efficacy. Provide problem-solving opportunities for students. And then lastly, as educators, we need to build teacher self-efficacy. So our teachers, before they can start building their student self-efficacy, they need to be able to build up their own. Lastly, we need to look at building collective efficacy. Now that we understand what self-efficacy is, well, what's collective efficacy? That's the time when we come together as teachers and we collaborate, we plan, we go over instructional practices, we know what we do well, we know what we need assistance on, and we can have these conversations. So how does building administrators and instructional leaders, how can they build this collective efficacy among their teachers? Well, first they have to celebrate them. They have to prepare and encourage them. They have to trust and give the teachers an autonomy to make the right decisions for each of their students. And lastly, we need to provide the teachers time to collaborate, plan, and have these essential conversations. Think back to John Hattie and his visible learning research. Collective efficacy and teacher self-efficacy had the highest effect size of 1.57. If we can build teacher self-efficacy and a collective efficacy among our teachers and staff, we will see a growth in student achievement.